Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have seen that Euler-Lagrange differential equation is a necessary condition for the extremal of a functional, and we have solved the problems of finding the extremal curves. Okay. Now you already know that the Euler-Lagrange differential equation has two forms. One is the very short form, that is this, differentiating f with respect to y, fy, minus d by dx of fy dash equal to 0. Okay, this is the Euler-Lagrange differential equation that we have used and solved the problems. Then there was one more form which was obtained by expanding this term. Okay, so that is a longer form of Euler-Lagrange differential equation. Okay, now what we will do is, you already know that every time we get a functional, we want to find extremals, we solve this differential equation. Okay, and it involves this capital F. Okay, x, y and y dash. Okay, so this capital F is depending on x, y and y dash, but there may be cases where it is depending only on x and y, or only on y, y dash, or maybe x, y dash and y. Okay, so under all these conditions, this Euler-Lagrange differential equation, it can be simplified and we can get the solution very easily. Okay, so now one by one we will see how this Euler-Lagrange differential equation is simplified if f takes all those different forms. Okay, that means f is not completely dependent on x, y, y dash. I am talking about these terms. Suppose this f, x, y, y dash looks like this. Okay, inside a functional, if only this term is there, that means it's not depending on x. Okay, meaning the x term is not there. Okay, then it may be something of this form, it's depending on x, y dash. Okay, so we will consider all such cases and we will see how the Euler-Lagrange differential equation is getting simplified under all these conditions. Okay, to start with, let us take the first one. Okay, so these will be the special cases. First one, f is equal to f of x comma y. Okay, that is, f is independent of y dash. Okay, and therefore what will happen to Euler-Lagrange differential equation? F is independent of y dash, that means f y dash will go to 0. Differentiating f with respect to y dash will be 0 because there is no y dash at all in this. Okay, I think when we solved the problems in previous video, there was one problem wherein we received such a case. Okay, and we observed that there was no solution. Okay, that means the extremum was not attained. So this term will go to 0, and therefore, because it is independent of y dash, f y dash is equal to 0. Okay, and therefore from Euler-Lagrange differential equation we get f y this is equal to 0. Okay, this is not a differential equation, you can clearly see from here. Okay, now there may be one or more y satisfying such a equation. Okay, and also y may depend, or it may satisfy or may not satisfy the given boundary conditions. Okay, it is not always true that it will not satisfy the boundary conditions. Okay, in last video when we encountered such a problem, I have shown you all under what condition it may satisfy a condition. Okay, so if we have this and this curve is such that it is passing through the points. Okay, the initial conditions are given in this form, right? F y at x0 is y0, y at x1 is equal to y1. Okay, so we are getting a curve which is passing through these points x0, y0 and x1, y1. Then what will happen? It will have a solution, but then the functional will be extremized. Okay, but it is not always true that we will get a curve which is passing through these points. Okay, so under this condition, then y may or may not satisfy the given boundary conditions, and in most of the cases there is no solution. Okay, so let us look at one example now. Extremize I of y of x equal to integral from 0 to 1 sine of y into x plus cos of y dx. Okay, such that y at 0 is equal to 0, y at 1 is equal to pi by 2. Okay, so Euler-Lagrange differential equation will be differentiating f, this is f, with respect to y. So what will be that? X cos of y minus sine of y minus d by dx of f y dash. We have already seen that that is going to 0 and we are getting this. This is equal to 0. Okay, so yes, sorry, it should be y here, differentiating this with respect to y. So sine of y, so sine y divided by cos, I will get tan of y equal to x. Okay, so y of x is equal to tan inverse of x. So tan inverse of 1 is what? Tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4, but what is given? Y of 1 should be pi by 2, and you can clearly see from here that y at 1 is not pi by 2, so it is not satisfying the conditions. Okay, and therefore there does not exist a solution. Okay, now next we'll take the second case, that was the first one. Okay, one more thing I would like to add here, that is we are not getting a solution. Okay, we'll take one example to explain this. So vy of x equal to integral from x0 to x1 y square dx, and the initial conditions are y at x0 is y0, y at x1 is equal to y1. Okay, so these are the conditions, and if you see here it is of this form. Yes, then what will be the Euler-Lagrange differential equation? It will be fy equal to 0. Okay, so what we will get is 2y equal to 0. Okay, or y equal to 0. The extremal y equal to 0 passes through the boundary points, that means these are the boundary points. This extremal y equal to 0 will pass through these boundary points only for y not equal to 0 and y1 equal to 0, isn't it? you can see here this y of x is equal to 0. Okay, so it will pass through these boundary points. That means it will satisfy these boundary conditions provided this is 0 and this is 0. Okay, that means y0 is 0 and y1 is 0. Okay, if either one of them, either y0 or y1 is not equal to 0, then the functional will not be extremized. Okay, and in this case in particular we can say that the functional will not be minimized. No need to say in general extremized, because we know that here it will be minimized. See here, suppose if it is 0, no, if y0 is 0 and y1 is also 0, then the function y equal to 0 will minimize the functional, this given functional. It will minimize it, because this will be for any other this thing, vy of x will be vy of x will be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, this vy of x will be greater than or equal to 0, and for y of x equal to 0, it's equal to 0. Okay, see here, this is strictly greater than, this is greater than or equal to 0, no, and hence this will be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, these are the continuous functions. Okay, and therefore on this it will be minimized. That is what we can say nicely. Okay, so instead of saying extremized, I can say in particular that minimized, because we know that it will be minimized for y equal to 0. Okay, so if it is, this is 0 and this is 0, then we can say that y equal to 0 minimizes the functional this. Okay, because vy of x is greater than or equal to 0, and v at this y of x it is equal to 0. Okay, and hence this is a curve on which this functional is minimized. Okay, but if either one of them is not equal to 0, then what will happen? The function is not minimized on continuous functions. Okay, that means we will not get a continuous function on which this functional is minimized. Okay, it may so happen that if I define y of x to be like this, okay, so it's x0 and x1, no, so what I will do is for all the x in the open interval x0 x1, open interval x0 x1, I will define it to be 0, and at the point x0 I will define it to be y1, and at the point x1 I will define it to be, sorry, here it should be y0 and y1. Okay, then you can see here, then it will satisfy these conditions. Okay, even if any one of them is non-zero, and if we define y of x to be this, then it will satisfy the conditions, but it's not discontinuous, sorry, it's not continuous. Okay, it's a discontinuous function. Okay, hence what we conclude, if any one of them is not equal to 0, then this functional will not be minimized, you can say extremized, will not be extremized on a continuous y of x. Okay, now let us look at the second special case, that is f is linearly dependent, linearly depending on y dash. Okay, what does this mean? It means that f is of the form mxy plus nxy y dash. Okay, so if it is this, then if capital F, which is inside the Vy of x, okay, equal to the limits x0 x1, here we have f now. If that f is of this form, then what does the Euler-Lagrange differential equation reduces to, or what it becomes? Okay, so f, differentiating f with respect to y will be differentiating m with respect to y plus differentiating this n with respect to y and differentiating f with respect to y dash will be n x comma y, and hence the Euler-Lagrange differential equation will become fy minus d by dx of fy dash. Okay, so that will be my xy plus n x y y dash minus d by dx of n x y equal to 0. Okay, so this will be, now I will not write this, okay, xy, but it's there, my plus this n into y dash minus differentiating this n xy with respect to x. So differentiating n with respect to x, okay, into differentiating x with respect to x, that will be 1, plus differentiating n with respect to y into differentiating y with respect to x, that is y dash, and this will be equal to 0. Okay, so this will be my minus, okay, we can simplify here itself, n into, okay, here this should be ny, no, fy is ny y dash. Okay, so n with respect to y into y dash, and this it will get cancelled, and we will be left with differentiating m with respect to y minus this. So I will take it this side and n y x comma y. Okay, so we will get this my xy equal to ny xy. Okay, so the curve, this does not satisfy the boundary conditions, and hence there is no solution to the problem. Okay, and extremal is attained along a path which is independent of the given conditions. Okay, so if this happens, then the extremal is attained along a path which is independent of the given conditions, or I can say it is independent of the path that is taken. So we will see one example to understand it, what actually is happening. So Vy of x equal to integral, then f y dash into x square plus y square, and the conditions are y of 0 is 0 and y at 1 is equal to a. So it should be from 0 to 1. Okay, so clearly from here, what is this? It becomes mxy, and this becomes nxy. Therefore, the Euler-Lagrange equation will get reduced to myxy equal to nyxy. okay, or my minus nx equal to 0. Okay, so that will be what? Differentiating m with respect to y will be 2y minus differentiating n, this is n, xy. Okay, differentiating this with respect to x, so that will be, why did I write it? Okay, sorry, here it should be x. Yes, see, my minus nx, it should be nx, not ny. Yes, and therefore we get this. Okay, so here it will be differentiating this with respect to x will be 2x equal to 0. So that implies y minus x equal to 0. So you can clearly see from here what is the first boundary condition. See, this will be y of x equal to x. Okay, so at 0, y of 0 is 0, and what it should be? 0. So that condition is satisfied. But y at 1 will be equal to 1, and y at 1 is equal to a. So first condition is satisfied, but this second condition, it will be satisfied provided this a is equal to 1. Okay, so if a is not equal to 1, then there is no extremal that satisfies the boundary conditions. Okay, so if this a is equal to 1, then it will satisfy, but if this a is not equal to 1, then there is no extremal that satisfies the boundary conditions. We'll look at one more example. Okay, so here the next thing, v y of x equal to integral from x0 to x1 y plus x into y dash dx. Okay, and y at x0 is y0, y at x1 is equal to y1. Okay, so what we get here, it is exactly in this form. Yes, mxy plus nxy into y dash, this is n, this is m. So we actually get this, right? Okay, the integrand is an exact differential equation. Okay, so even here it was the exact differential equation. Okay, and can you see from here, if at all you remember whatever you all studied before, if this condition is true, then what do we say? The differential equation is exact. Okay, that means this differential equation, it is exact. That is what we say if this condition is true. That means my minus nx equal to 0. Okay, and therefore here this integrand, it becomes the exact differential equation, and it does not depend on this path. That means along which curve you are integrating. Okay, let us see what happens here. This, it actually becomes the derivative of xy. What is derivative of x into y? It will be y plus x y dash. That is what is there here. So integral from x0 to x1. Okay, so not this. So it will be yes. So that will be equal to so that will be equal to x0 y0 minus x1 y1 minus x0 y0. Okay, so this v y of x will be equal to this x1 y1 minus x0 y0. Okay, because this you can clearly see it's the derivative of x into y. So when we integrate, what we will get? X into y evaluated at x0 x1. Okay, so it will be x1 and y at x1 is what? y1. So it becomes x1 y1 minus x0 y0. Okay, and then no matter whichever curve we integrate along, that means we integrate along whichever curve, this will remain the constant. Okay, the variational problem becomes meaningless in this case, because what happens is the value of the functional v is constant on the admissible curves. Admissible curves means what? See, we are trying to check all the admissible curves, that means the curves which are satisfying these conditions. Okay, so at the point 0 it is 0 and at the point 1 it is a, some value for a is there. So sorry, yes, sorry, I related it to this, and let's talk about this. So at the point, all the extremal curves, at the point x0 it is y0 and at the point x1 it is y1. Okay, so all those curves which are satisfying those conditions, those are admissible curves, and on the admissible curves, what happens to the functional vy of x? See here, it is coming out to be the constant one. Okay, so there is no variational problem. Okay, and hence the variational problem becomes meaningless in this case, because the functional v is constant on admissible curves. Okay, and that is, it becomes independent of the integration path. The integration path, meaning along which curve you are integrating, it becomes independent of that, and therefore the variational problem is meaningless. Then the third special case is f is equal to f y dash. It is depending only on y dash. Under this, Euler-Lagrange differential equation get reduces to, okay, so before that let us first write what is this Euler-Lagrange differential equation in second order, the expanded form of Euler-Lagrange differential equation. Okay, so this y dash minus f y dash into y dash minus f y dash into y double dash equal to 0. Okay, so if f is equal to f y dash, it is depending only on this y dash, then Euler-Lagrange differential equation is a second order differential equation which is given by this. It reduces to, okay, under this condition it reduces to, can you see from here what it will reduce to? If I try to, when we differentiate this f with respect to y, that will go to 0, this term will go. When I differentiate this with respect to y dash and then again with respect to x, it will vanish. Yes, then this term, this will also vanish, because differentiating that f with respect to y is coming here, so that will also go, and we will be left with only this term, that is f y dash into y double dash equal to 0. Okay, what will that imply? Either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. Okay, so if y double dash is equal to 0, then what will happen? Y dash will be equal to c1 and y will be equal to c1x plus c2. Okay, that is, we get a two parameter family of straight lines, two parameters c1 and c2. We get a two parameter family of straight lines. Okay, so if f is of this form, then the extremals are all possible straight lines which are given by this y equal to c1x plus c2. Okay, so as an example of this, let us take something that we all already know. Okay, so finding a curve of least length joining two points in the plane. Okay, so that is given by Vy of x equal to integral from whatever the 2 points are, y dash square plus 1 dx. Okay, so we'll take this as y of 1 equal to 1 and y at 2 equal to minus 1. Okay, so 1 to 2. Even if you don't know all this theory or you don't know Euler-Lagrange equation, what would you say if I ask the question, find a curve of least length joining two points in the plane? Okay, that will be a straight line. Yes, and we have already seen that for that problem the functional is given by this. Okay, if you remember the minimum arc length problem, the functional was given by this, and we wanted to minimize the length. Okay, minimize the distance between this point and this point. So along which curve if I travel, that will be the minimum distance. So that the functional for that was given by this. Okay, and now we have these constraints that are given on the end points. And what does this tell us? Clearly see here, it is depending only on y dash. So the curves will be of the form c1x plus c2. Okay, and if you enter these initial conditions, so y at 1 is equal to c1 plus c2, that is equal to 1, and y at 2 is equal to 2c2 plus 2c1 plus c2 equal to minus 1. Okay, so if we multiply this 2 minus, so c2 is equal to 3 and c1 is equal to minus 2. Okay, so the curve y of x will be equal to minus 2 into x plus 3. Okay, and this represents a straight line. Yes, this represents a straight line.